Has it ever crossed your mind why one of the number one places where children struggle is in transition? These moments when they have to stop doing one thing and go to another thing, or they've got to move from one environment to another environment, or they are just having to navigate, right? A transition of some kind. There's been a change that's happened in life of some kind. Well, when we overlay brain science, it actually helps this make a whole lot of sense. Because the brain is designed to pause, if you will, when it encounters the unknown. Because the unknown has variables that we don't fully understand, right? It's an unknown situation. And so, what happens in these moments of this unknown encounter is we start to find associations and we try to create meaning with this thing that we think we are going to experience or that we have just stepped into. And the brain defaults to worst case scenario. And it defaults to worst case scenario because that is a really important survival skill and that is a really wise thing for the brain to do. Well, the unknown is transition. So when we put these together, we can recognize that when we're asking a child to transition in some way, we're really asking them to move into the unknown. Now, as adults, sometimes it's hard for us to make sense of this because we know that when they get dropped off at school, they're going to be fine, right? We know that it's going to be okay if they, stop doing whatever and now they're transitioning over to the dinner table, that they will be able to come back to it at some point, in the future. We have a sense, more data points, if you will, that things will be okay on the other side of transitions. Well, kids don't know this. Kids don't have as many data points as we do as adults. They don't have the life experience to help mitigate these unknown moments. So it makes sense. So here's a child transitioning and they don't necessarily know what's going to happen next. They don't know what to expect. Maybe they've never seen it before. Maybe they've never even heard about it before. Think about a child going to the dentist for the first time, or a child having to switch in a classroom from math class to lunchroom, and they don't know fully what to expect. They don't know what they're going to encounter. It's such a place where kids lose themselves. And it makes sense then that they act out, that all of a sudden they get dysregulated, that they start to feel overwhelmed, that they start to, um, you know, try in some way to manage what's likely anxiety that's happening inside of them or frustration or whatever is going on. So I just want to overlay that next time that you are thinking about or you're observing a child that's in transition, just know it's supposed to be challenging for them. They're about to encounter the unknown. That's what the brain does. And so, as an adult, the question then becomes, how do I help my child stay connected to themselves while they're in the unknown? How do I help this child not lose themselves in the unknown rather than just expecting the unknown or this transition to just be easy peasy piece of cake? Because according to their brain, it's not. It's a really big deal.